The new George Jones Child Advocacy Centre was opened on the 1st of March 2011 by the Honourable Colin Barnett, Premier of Western Australia. This is the very first child advocacy centre in Australia and was made possible by the generosity of philanthropic supporters. The building is 682 square metres and was built at a cost of $4 million on a 1,000 square metre block of land in Armidale that was donated by the Government of Western Australia. The goals of the Child Advocacy Centre are to prevent and respond to child abuse. Multiple agencies work closely together at the centre to meet the needs of each child and each family by uniting people to strengthen our community's response to the safety, treatment and well-being of abused children. The centre is well positioned to meet the needs of those children with compassion, understanding and skill.
Children and young people come to the Child Advocacy Centre because they've experienced trauma and abuse. It was very important to us to involve children and young people in planning the building and in the artwork both inside and outside. So they had a lot of say in terms of the murals on the walls of the buildings and the colours and the things that they liked and didn't like. The dragon represents Parkerville as a strong creature that helps children go on a journey of recovery, and the dragon really listens to the children and gets them the help that they like.
As you step inside the reception area, you are greeted by beautiful, colourful oil paintings of young children. These paintings reflect Parkerville's history of caring for children of all backgrounds since 1903. The centre is home for many staff, including advocates, counsellors, receptionists and support staff.
Since we moved in, the staff have really enjoyed working in the Advocacy Centre. It's a beautiful building, everything's new and clean and great technology. They've got a really relaxed staff room where they can have lunch and breaks.
The centre provides state-of-the-art training and meeting room shared by other agencies and is a space for nurturing professional development in the local area and for conducting groups for carers and groups for children.
We're sharing this space with people from other agencies and they're really enjoying the meeting rooms and other spaces in the building.
The family room is a place where the child and family advocate can greet the child and family in a relaxed setting.
When we asked children what kind of spaces they'd like in a centre like this, they talked about having lots of different waiting areas, particularly a room where their parents could wait while they were having counselling or seeing people, and they talked about having a coffee machine for the mums as well. So we tried to do that in planning flexible spaces in the building. Playroom is a very busy room, a very exciting space. Children might come on their first day for an interview and maybe see an advocate and see a counsellor. They could be here quite a number of hours, so they just might want to relax here, maybe watch some telly, play games, have a snack, chill in the bean bags, whatever they like. The resource room is a resource room for any child and family that comes into the building or any professional working with families in the community. We really want to make it easier for professionals to do their work and easier for children that might not have what they need on a daily basis to go home with that. For example, if a child has to move into foster care unexpectedly, then they can come in here with an advocate or another staff person and pack a bag full of the things that they might need for the next few days. We call this room the multidisciplinary team room, and it's a very important room because it's a space where professionals can meet and plan the services a family might need.
The role of the advocate is to provide a voice for the child and his or her family at a difficult time when the child undergoes forensic child protection interviews, medical examinations, investigation and therapeutic interventions.
When a child or a young person has been harmed, they're in a state of crisis, as is their family. Often they're really overwhelmed by what's happened. They're often entering into a process that they know nothing about. So for example, a police investigation, a criminal investigation. Often they feel really lost in that process. Children who have been harmed often feel that they have no power or control, and so they also enter into a system that doesn't really allow a lot of power and control. So it's really important that there is someone who can make sure that the child and the family's voice is heard in that process.
I think the most important aspect of the advocate role is the ongoing support by the child and family advocate for the children and families. Having that one person to refer back to, the one person that's on their side throughout the entire process, to reassure them, to let them know that there is somebody still out there, somebody to be on their side and to come back to.
The forensic interview rooms are designed according to police specifications. It is here that each child is formally interviewed by specialist interviewers about the harm that has occurred to him or her.
Children throughout the metropolitan area travel into the city for forensic interviews. Until we opened the centre in March, that was the only place that they could be interviewed. So this really brings that service out into the local community, which means children aren't so tired when they're arriving for interviews, they're more relaxed, and usually the parents aren't as stressed as well.
Historically, what used to happen is a child would disclose abuse, and particularly from my experience, sexual abuse, and then they would have to go to multiple different locations all around Perth. So they would have to go to one place to get their physical examination, they would then have to go to another place to go get their interview, sometimes having multiple interviews, having to go to a local police station. It's an extremely emotional process for children to actually disclose abuse, let alone having to disclose it to multiple people. There's a huge amount of reluctance for the child to tell their story. So having this model, having this centralised system, the child's really nurtured. They've got one person that they can actually liaise with, which is the child advocate. A lot of siblings and support people come with the kids when they come to disclose. So that's really important that there's a space for them to relax in as well. And it's a much, much friendlier environment than other places that I've seen. The role of the psychologist here that's dedicated to the Child Advocacy Centre clients, she does a lot of consulting work, she provides an emergency consult and assessment if needed for clients as they come in.
Some of the other services we offer are protective behaviours, so we can do protective behaviours with the children to help make them feel safe. Protective behaviours offers children and their families an opportunity to learn about keeping themselves safe and to trust their own instincts. It works as it can work proactively too, so it can help children feel safe and to know what is a risky situation for themselves.
When me and my family first came here, we were shown around the building. It kind of feels like a very big home environment. Like everyone just here is really friendly and the rooms are really comfortable. They're just not like a scary room that you'd be really dreading to go to.
We'd been to different things before, different therapists, and we thought there was no one else to help. Other experiences had been very negative. I was a bit sceptical when we were coming because I thought it's just going to be the same thing, but it wasn't. It was totally different. We felt like we were listened to, we felt like they cared. As soon as we met Kathleen, and it was a very traumatic day, she handled everything beautifully and made us feel very comfortable that we came here, and we're really blessed that we did.
The people I talk to here, I talk to them more than I talk to my friends sometimes. From Kathleen, I'm getting so much more help than I was last time from my last therapist. She's just a lot more nicer and bubbly, and I feel more comfortable when I'm talking to her. She definitely takes what I have to say seriously. With my problems, they just seem to be sorted out easier knowing that I've got her support.
She's just started seeing a lovely counsellor here, or psychologist, and she's had 2 or 3 sessions with her now, and she's seeming happier, and she's actually building up that confidence with this lady, and I think that's going to make the difference. I know that we can get through this together, and I know with the attitude of everyone here, we will make it together.
Everyone was really nice here. And I knew that it was going to be a place where I could talk to people about stuff that had happened to me, and it just felt like a good place to come to when I needed to talk to someone.
The George Jones Child Advocacy Centre brings a world-renowned service, model and resources to the children in need in Perth, Western Australia. The centre provides a holistic response to the child and family to maximise the quality of services to the children to improve their prospects of recovery from their trauma.
The work we do at Parkerville Children and Youth Care is so important because there are so many children that suffer trauma from abuse.
They provide opportunities to children and they make sure that the kids take those opportunities and make the most of them.
They look after sick and vulnerable children. We have a variety of different programs which help people in different ways.
It's really a safe haven for them to come and get the support that they need to keep going and make it through.
The problem of child abuse is a serious one for the community, and the centre is at the forefront of our response to help these children to reclaim their lives.